All right, what's up, YouTube? Special request from Car Sketch and Render. He asked me how did I go through or my process for the Tron car sketch. So this is Feather 3D, super cool program. Want to make sure that I'm recording. And you can see the line art that I have right here. So I'll kind of go through the steps on how I put this together. All right, so it's basically a side view. I had a rough sketch that I started with. And actually, I was thinking of this car. I did this car a while ago, and I thought, hey, let me put it in Feather 3D. And this is my first time using Feather 3D, so it was a lot of learning and just doing the process. So these are the lines that I did. So basically, I set up a plane, and then I drew the lines, and then I mirrored it. It took a while to set up all these lines. And basically what I did is I'll kind of just set the plane up, draw a stroke, and then I'll use the liquefy tool to kind of move it over and kind of nudge it into the right place. That was a little bit of a pain. I wish that there was a pen tool, but I kind of, just kind of went with the process with the program. Yeah, so I set up all these lines, mirrored it, got everything going. And then eventually, I started coloring certain sections. So I would set up the planes based on that car sketch line. I would color in like the windshield or the hood. I noticed that was kind of taking a long time. So there's the windshield because you have to kind of like brush and stroke in each one. I was trying to keep it really clean. That was a little tricky. There's like the wheels. And all the while I was thinking, man, a pen tool would be a lot easier. And I was thinking about Blender at the same time because I know Blender has the grease pencil. And I thought like, maybe me working on Feather 3D might be a good transition to do Blender. I've never used a grease pencil in Blender. So once I have all my lines, I basically just exported my sketch into Blender. And a big reason was Feather actually crashed on me, and then the line weights got all screwed up, and I was like, what's going on? And I got frustrated. So this is Blender, and this is the line art. And basically, I animated that to make it look like I was kind of like sketching it out. So that's kind of the process with the timeline. And then once you rotate it, you can see it. So I've already redid the lines in Blender at this point. And I'll kind of go through the process on how I did these lines. So basically, mirroring things, making sure everything is symmetrical, same as Feather 3D. And you'll see once I click on this line, you can see that there's the pen tool, right? I love that nice clean lines. A lot of control. I can be a control freak sometimes, but I wanted this to come out really clean, so it kind of required that. I definitely wanted to get that thin to thick to thin kind of brush look. So these are the settings that I have for the pen tool, the Bezier tool. And what's kind of cool is you can set up your points and then I can scale it. So I can scale the thickness exactly how I want it to be. This is just basically like a new curve with that kind of stroke applied to it. So you can see that it's super big and kind of clunky. It's already mirrored. And then once I have 2 points, I can add as many points as I want. So this is just showing you the actual geometry, and it's really simple, just based on that little graph on the right-hand side. It just looks like an extruded square. But once you set up your textures and you make it like completely black, non-reflective, it'll just look like a nice brush stroke. So this is me scaling one of the points, trying to get that thin to thick and getting that to thin. So that's kind of the process, really simple. In order to get the thick to thin, I hit, I think, Alt-S and kind of click and drag, and then you can do that. So that was pretty nice and clean. And then there's like another really cool setting in Blender where because it's a curve tool, like a pen tool, I can animate the start and stop point. And then you can set up your keyframes and it looks like the line is being drawn. Yeah, so that's the car, that's the settings. Make sure everything is black, no reflectivity. That line art is completely matte. And where is that start and finish? Let's see. So that's kind of the animation going on right there. Those are just the keyframes. In Blender, you just kind of set it to where you want it. Press I to set up a keyframe, adjust the animation, and then press I again to set up a second keyframe. Yeah. So when I was kind of recording this, I was looking, I kind of forget where all my, where all those little tabs are. There's so much stuff going on in Blender. So I was like, where's that start and stop animation? Oh, there it is. So yeah, there's the start and finish, or start and stop factor, and that's a keyframe right there. So yeah, so I just kind of went through each line and tried to methodically think about what flowed as far as which lines I wanted to hit. Once I did all the line art, I kind of went through and did the geometry. Really simple. Just making sure the typography was fairly clean. So that's the hood. That's what the typography looks like. I didn't have to worry about any thicknesses. I'm not going to 3D print this. So it was a great exercise kind of going through just from a side view sketch and then having to think three-dimensionally. So Feather 3D was really cool at doing that. Thinking about the form in a more holistic, complete kind of way. Yeah, and so those are the wheels, and I just kind of mirrored those right and left, and front to back. And that's the geometry for the car, all the typology. So as far as the Tron video, once I added color to this guy, I have a black version with the blue lights, and I thought it looked very appropriate for Tron. So I thought, hey, let me render it real quick and kind of make a kind of fan-made trailer. So that was pretty fun. That was my first fan trailer that I've done. And I thought like, oh, let me, of course, do the light trails. That's very iconic for Tron. And then having this little motion here. It's almost like you're feeling the G-force of the vehicle as it like takes off. And boom, there it is. Then I would take it into DaVinci Resolve, composite it, put it all together, and kind of edit it to make the that little video. So hope you guys enjoy. This is my kind of my first time doing this as far as like kind of a walkthrough. If you enjoy this stuff, hit like, hit subscribe, help me out. The channel's just getting started. And this might be the last time I do this. I don't know how much interest is going to be into this, but yeah, help a brother out. All right, later.